What is up, bros? Care to Math. Thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying radicals, radical expressions. There's two types that we're going to look at. Really excited about it. So thanks for tuning in. So first things first is a couple rules. Numbers outside the radicals get multiplied together. Numbers inside the radical get multiplied together. Last thing, we just got to simplify, right? So here's the deal. We have 4 plus 2 root 2 times 5 plus 4 root 2. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to FOIL. So what I need you to do, I need you to grab a friend, family member, brother, sister, stuffed animal, a frog from outside, whatever it is. You can't FOIL alone. We have to FOIL with friends. All right? An imaginary friend, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 times 5. I'm going to FOIL. That's going to give me 20, right? And then I'm going to do 4 times 4 root 2. So watch this. I'm going to change the color. Maybe you'll notice a pattern here. So I get plus 4 times 4 root 2. Now I'm going to do 2 root 2 times 5. So I'm going to do plus 2 times 5 root 2. And then lastly, I'm going to do 2 root 2 times 4 root 2. So I'm going to do plus 2 times 4. And then on the inside, I'm going to have 2 times 2. All right. So let's take a look now. All we got to do is simplify. So I first get 20. I'm not changing that at all. 4 times 4. These days we have decided that it's 16. So I get 16 root 2. Then 2 times 5, that's going to be 10. And lastly, I'll change the color bit here. I forgot to do that. So lastly, I'm going to get 8. And then 2 times 2 underneath the radical is just 4. You're probably asking yourself, wait a minute here, pal. Something's not right here. Well, I got to simplify still. So I have to do 20. And then remember here, I have the same radicand. I have the same index. So I'm allowed to add the 16 and the 10. All right, so 16 plus 10 is just 26. And then lastly, down here, remember you don't want to leave this as 8 square root of 4, because what's the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is just 2, right? So what we got is 20 plus 26 root 2 plus 16. So I'm finally going to end with 36 plus 26 root 2, right? Because 20, 16 is 36. I can add those together. I get this, and we're happy campers there, right? So all we really need to do is just multiply the numbers that are on the outside together, multiply the numbers that are on the inside together. We have to simplify at the end there. Sweet. So if we look down here at example 2, what we're going to look at now is we're going to multiply conjugates. What's a conjugate? Well, it's the same two terms, but in between them are split up by a negative and a positive, right? So what's going to happen is actually the middle terms are just going to cancel out, and we'll see this here. We're going to do this a long way. We're going to go ahead and FOIL. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5 times 5, which is 25. Second thing I'm going to do is do 5 times the square root of 7. So I can't multiply anything on the inside or outside. I can't make that the square root of 35. No way. One's on the outside, one's on the inside. Now what I'm going to do is negative square root of 7 times positive 5. Negative times a positive is a negative. And then lastly, I have negative square root of 7 times negative square root of 7. So, or positive square root of 7 rather. So negative times a positive is a negative, and I have square root of 7 times 7. So let's take a look here. In the middle, what do you notice? These are the same thing, but different signs. So guess what happens? Those get crossed out. And we have 25 minus the square root of 49, right? Or 25 minus 7, which we all know is 18. And I get my answer. So thanks for tuning in. Hope this helped. Hope you were able to find a friend to foil with. Thanks for mathing with me. Peace out.